Welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, August the 18th. I want to introduce you to a very nice lady, Pastor Meg Hegemann. Good to have you here, Pastor Meg. Actually, you were here, I want to say about a year or so ago. We were talking about loaves and fishes.
We were.
Right?
That's right.
But today, and Pastor Meg Hegemann is the pastor of Wilkes Boulevard United Methodist Church.
That's right.
You were here to talk about Turning Point Ministry.
That's correct.
Turning Point helps homeless people in our community, right?
That's right. We are about dignity and hope for our neighbors who are experiencing homelessness. It's the signature ministry of our church. We're a United Methodist congregation, but we serve people from every denomination and no religion at all. We are about providing the basic human needs and hygiene items, showers, laundry, mailing address. But more than that, we're about restoring dignity for people who often get put down and are kind of led to believe that they have no gifts to give. We give them a place where they can help one another and regain their sense of dignity.
Everybody has a gift to give.
Absolutely.
Every human being has a gift to give, one way or another.
Exactly.
You mentioned that you give them a mailing address. How do you do that?
So we are recognized by other agencies throughout Columbia as being a physical mailing address. And to get pretty much any benefits at all, you have to have a proof of residency. If you go for a library card, you have to take something that shows what your mailing address is, and it's got to be a physical location. We provide that service for people who have no physical mailing address.
So people who have no home at all,
correct.
They're living on the streets or they're living in a shelter, they can give your address
correct.
as their mailing address so that they can receive some benefits.
Exactly. So we provide a location where people can access, some are on disability, they can access those benefits because we have a physical mailing address for them. They can get shipments received and that sort of thing. And we are open from 8 to noon Monday through Friday, and we just expanded our hours, particularly for mail services. So now Tuesday through Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m., people who might be working during the morning or have other commitments can come in the afternoon hours and still be able to check their mail.
How many people would you say in our community are homeless, have no place to call their home?
Yeah. The chronically homeless, we're guessing about 120 to 150 individuals in Columbia have been without a home for about a year or more.
Where do these people sleep at night?
A number of our folks will sleep in cars if they have them. Some will sleep in some of the shelters in town. Those are usually full. We have a number of shelters. We're fortunate in that regard. We have other folks who will sleep, we kind of call them urban campers. So they might find a grove of trees somewhere and either pitch a tent or just take whatever blankets they have and curl up in as safe a place as they can find. And we have some people who will be able to stay in someone's backyard. Some people will be generous enough to say, I know you don't have a place, but you have a tent. You can pitch it in my backyard for a while and stay there.
Yeah. So those are the chronically homeless. But then there are people who are homeless for a short period of time.
Sure, that number is much, much higher. We have people who couch surf, so they might stay at a friend's house for a while as long as that person is amenable to that and allows them to stay there. There are individuals who might stay in an inexpensive hotel, so they might have a short amount of time in which they can afford hotel housing. There might be someone who gets kicked out of one apartment, and until they can find another apartment they can afford, they'll be homeless for a month or two or maybe 6 months until they can find another place to be.
Okay, Turning Point Ministry. What are you asking people who are listening to us right now, hear us, what are you asking them to do?
Yeah, we're asking a couple of things. One is that Turning Point is an entirely volunteer-led organization. There's not a single paid staff member there. We just started a volunteer incentive program to be able to give some of those folks not only the dignity of serving someone else, but also a little bit in response for the number of hours that they volunteer. So we're looking for contributions of gift cards to restaurants. We're looking for cell phone minutes, so straight talk phones, Net 10 phones, those kinds of things. We're looking for bicycles, for bike helmets and bike locks. Those are the kinds of things that are a huge help to someone who has to walk everywhere they go. And if they volunteer and serve effectively for us for a number of hours, then we want to be able to provide them some of those benefits. We're also looking for people to contribute their own volunteer skills, particularly in professional areas, from marketing, board development, legal expertise, those kinds of things that we really are trying to develop a professional network, not only to advise Turning Point, but to provide training for our volunteers and our clients, and to provide them with job opportunities. The hope is that once they have volunteered for a while, we'll be able to provide a quality reference that relates directly to their work habits, their soft skills. Many employers will say they can train the specific tasks, but they really need people who will show up on time and receive direction well and follow instructions.
And they have to have some people skills too.
Exactly.
You have to have some people skills.
Yes.
How do you get along
Right.
with people? How do you relate to people? How do you talk to people?
Resolving conflict rather than heightening it.
Right.
A lot of those things we have lots of opportunity to practice together at Turning Point. And so through this volunteer incentive program, we can provide that kind of assessment for folks that people can take to employers, and we're hopeful that the business community will support us in saying, that's a valid reference, we want you to get that kind of experience, and we will take that recommendation seriously.
You have got a big job cut out for you.
We do.
You're doing a lot of work to help many people who need assistance, but those people who are receiving assistance also have a gift to help out
Yes.
too.
Absolutely.
All right. So for more information, where do they go?
Wilkes Boulevard, UMC.org. So it's
Wilkes Boulevard.
WILKESBLVD, UMC.org.
Or is there a phone number they can call?
There is. The number to Turning Point directly is 573-214-4077. And we also have pages on Facebook, Turning Point at Wilkes, and then the Church at Wilkes and 7th both have Facebook pages.
Okay. You know, you're doing a big, big job, and you're a small congregation of about, I mean, what they're doing, it's fantastic. They're a small congregation of about 60 to 80 people.
We'd love to have more. Come to worship,
Right.
10:45 Sunday morning.
Got it, Pastor Meg Hegemann. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Let's see, tomorrow, nutrition and dietetics and recycling news. Our program directed by Travis McMillen, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio, Pat Akers, KBIA. Our floor director, Lowell Thomas, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mouse.